I think the United Way is important here in El Dorado, especially because we give the money from our community right back out into our community. Unlike some other organizations where some of your dollars leave your community and then a very small portion may come back if you're lucky, the United Way gives your funds right back to the community here in El Dorado.
So the Sunlight Child Advocacy Center is in El Dorado, and we interview child victims of abuse. With the support of United Way of El Dorado and Holly Frontier, we were able to renovate 2 of our largest rooms in the facility, which helped us expand the services we're able to provide to children in the community. We really wanted to hire a therapist on staff so that we can provide trauma-focused mental health services to the children that we see to help them heal and grow past what has happened to them. With the United Way funds, we were able to expand our services to serve more kids and provide more services to those victims of child abuse, including the therapy program.
Social isolation has always been a big issue among senior citizens, and it was really just compounded during the pandemic. So one of the things that we were able to do was to create a care check program. And what that allowed was for volunteers to serve safely during the pandemic. So we were concerned about them too, because most of our volunteers are over the age of 55. And then it also allowed that piece for social isolation where the volunteers could give the client a call and just spend a few minutes visiting with them. So thanks to United Way, we were able to fund that program. With our volunteers, we can pay mileage reimbursement if they need that. We can pay for uniforms, we can pay for recognition. I really feel like through this pandemic, United Way has really stepped up to really meet the needs of those that are on the front lines. Without their funding, we just couldn't do what we do.
The Special Families Summer Program gives students the chance to catch up with the skills that they are lacking. Academic, social, and emotional skills are worked on. The Special Family Summer Program traditionally is held in an elementary school. With COVID-19, things were quite different for the summer program. We decided to take the classroom outside. The teacher traveled to each student's home. We set up a classroom on the lawn in the driveway of the student's home, and the student received one-on-one instruction. The teachers have assessed the students and found those students are on target with their learning, with where they need to be in education. The students that were not served in our summer program, a majority of the students were as much as 2 years behind with their academics. Special Families is a small program, and without being funded by United Way of El Dorado, our program would not exist.
So I made my first contribution as a payroll deduction in 1970 when I went to work for Dillon's. The manager at that point handed me the card and said, "We all give our fair share here." I have a similar approach with our new employees. I mean, there's not a requirement, but we certainly encourage all of our employees to give their fair share. And I think that was a motto at one point, or a slogan for the United Way. So I've always liked how the United Way does a couple of things. There's little administrative overhead costs. When we make a contribution to the United Way, we know most of it's finding its way to the benefiting organizations. I also know that people from the United Way board and the local administration have done a good job of figuring out who's going to use those dollars locally and figuring out which dollars are not going to disappear into some national office in some community someplace else.
I've been a United Way of El Dorado board member for the last 3 years. I was excited for the opportunity to serve with the United Way just because we believe in serving in our community. And the United Way was a really easy and tangible way to make a difference right here in El Dorado. So the organizations who are local organizations are getting all of our local money. So it's really important that we have an organization like this to be the clearinghouse to get those funds back out where they're needed in the community. We don't always know where our needs are at in the community. There are a lot of organizations that I didn't even know existed until I became a part of the United Way. And so by giving to United Way, we can make sure that those funds are delivered out to the organizations that maybe we've never even heard of, but are actual organizations doing really good things here in town, in our area. Again, it's a great way for our funding to get out to the people who need it the most.
Donations go to help the greater good of our community, and they stay right here in El Dorado. We then put your money where we feel the biggest impact is going to be in the aspects of health, education, and income stability. We make sure that your donations are monitored and that they show results. If everyone even gave $1 a paycheck or 1 hour of their salary each month, think what an impact we could make on our community's most vulnerable citizens.
I guess I would encourage businesses who, whether they have 1 employee or 200, to allow the possibility to happen for employees to participate in contributions. The payroll deduction is such an easy thing. $1 a paycheck, if they're being paid once a week, that's a $50 a year contribution. And a lot of the people we're talking about can't write a $50 check, but they don't miss $1 from a paycheck.
United Way of El Dorado is funding agencies that are on the front line during this pandemic, and I would just encourage you to give this year. Maybe it's the first time that you've ever given, and I would just ask that you think about all of the organizations that are working during this pandemic and meeting some of the most vulnerable populations, like our senior citizens.
We're asking people to donate to the United Way of El Dorado. Organizations are hurting in a way they never have before, so we're just asking that you dig a little bit deeper and give what you can this year.
I'm a former board member, and I understand the importance of how the United Way dollars find their way into helping people in the community.
If you'd like to give directly or learn more about how your dollars are invested in our community, please visit our website at unitedwayofeldorado.org.